Well, as part of our deep dive into Einstein Call Coaching that we've been working on for the Salesforce Burn blog, I wanted to get Rami, who is the product manager for Einstein Call Coaching, to ask a few questions to him. So thanks for joining me, Rami, today. And
Thanks for inviting me.
thanks for working on the review as well. It's been great to get your insights into the product. But I'm always really curious, what attracted you to work with this product and team, bearing in mind there are so many Salesforce products now?
Yeah, so machine learning in general is the most attractive place to work as a product manager, and especially things that are related to conversation, to analyzing speech and language, one of the most emerging topics in these areas. And also the context of understanding and analyzing calls in the sales space, in service. It's very, very interesting, a lot of challenges, and a great team. So for us, it's just a privilege and a challenge. As a startup, we joined Salesforce in June 2019, and we've been working for the last year on the product called Einstein Call Coaching, which has been launched in June this year, a few months ago. And it has been a great journey since then.
Yes, definitely. And conversational intelligence is something that's really up and coming, that we see in different parts of the platform as well. Mm-hmm. So you definitely, when you're showing it, probably get these aha moments that customers have when they understand the use cases for the product. But what's your favorite use case?
So for sure, when we're talking about use case, just for the audience to understand, the use case is basically like what we are able to do is detect interesting moments in conversations. And in sales conversation, that could be like pricing mentions, negotiations, next steps, competitor mentioned, and that kind of things. The most interesting use case for us, and also a challenge, was to actually develop the challenges inside, which basically, it highlights objections. So if someone says, this is not a great time for me to continue, it's not a good time for me to purchase, or they need to talk with a third party, there's someone else who is involved in the decision-making, and it's a barrier for continuing the deal, for moving the deal forward. Developing this ability to understand the language in that level and highlight this moment was quite difficult for us. But when you see how our customers respond, this is the aha moment. So, instead of listening to the entire call, trying to find these coachable moments, trying to find and understand what customers say, just in a click of a button, they get to the relevant part. And when they realize you actually found this right place, it's quite amazing for them, which is, I think that was the greatest thing that we have seen so far.
Yeah, definitely. And I just think there's so many different ways that people can phrase objections. It's really amazing that you guys are able to capture all of those different variations. And there was one quote, I think you're finding the key moments like the needles in the haystack, and surfacing them up. Mm-hmm. So it's really amazing. It's all very well and good, but it's still an investment that Salesforce customers need to make. So if you were an end user, a customer of Salesforce, what would compel you to invest in Einstein Call Coaching?
If you would want to get this functionality of conversational intelligence, you would have to go as a Salesforce customer and get it from a different vendor. The beauty of Einstein Call Coaching is that it's embedded in the platform. We have developed this as a bundled solution with high velocity sales that is targeted for inside sales teams. So as you're managing your leads, as you're managing your sales process, and you want to analyze what happened afterwards in order to provide better coaching and understand your customers, you've got this feature, which is almost a product within a product, bundled in the same platform, it's a huge advantage. And it's not only that, we are not stopping at only introducing a few features. This has a very strategic roadmap for Salesforce with many features that are going to be released. So customers are going to actually benefit from the bundling of call coaching in high velocity sales for the long term, which I think it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that leads quite nicely on to my next question. So you're saying that being on platform is a massive advantage, and already I'm seeing more of this from the new features that are coming out, even in Winter 21. So what are some of the new things that have come out in Winter 21 that you can share with people?
So we're always thinking about bundling, about what can we leverage in the Salesforce platform in order to send and receive information from the conversations. What we've introduced, apart from just being able to listen to the calls, is adding the ability to comment on every call, having chatter, so you can, as a manager, communicate with your reps and add guidance, battle cards, anything that they would need in order to make progress with the deal. We've also added the option to share. So if there's a good objection handling, a great example that you would like to share with your team, you're able to just take the conversation and share it with your entire team, which make coaching very scalable. And we're not stopping at that. We've also, in the dashboard, allowing you to filter the data, filter all the calls and all the keywords and dimensions by contact, account, and person account. And in the next version, which we're going to talk probably in a moment, we are introducing video. And then in the video world, you're already connected to opportunities. So connecting and relating conversational data to CRM data. This is the path that we are going through.
Yeah, definitely. Just with the uptake of Zoom that's happened this year globally, and just from what we've seen as well on the blog, and you know, we made this announcement about the news, about Einstein Call Coaching for video. So definitely on the right track here.
Yeah.
But you know, long term as well, what can we expect from the product? I know you've touched on some things already, but do you have anything else to add?
So video is definitely just the beginning. Zoom is just the first platform that we are going to add. There's a lot of insights which we can get from not only from the conversation, and by connecting to the opportunities, it also links to the specific stage in the opportunity. So having this alignment in video and opportunities. Also, we are going to introduce libraries. So you can now add a call to a library of like great objection handling, great calls with your best pitch, and then share the entire library with your team. So libraries is also a coaching feature that is going to be introduced in spring 21.
Amazing. Great. Well, we look forward to it. And until then, everyone can sink their teeth into the in-depth review that we've been writing over the past few months. And thanks again for sharing this with the community.
Yeah, thank you.